The boys watch the girls while the girls watch the boys who watch the girls go by. Eye to eye, they solemnly convene to make the scene, which is the name of the game. Watch a guy or watch a dame on any street in town.
Abbiamo oggi con noi Ben Stiller.
Allora, siamo tutti davvero emozionati, si dice sempre, ma io lo sono in maniera particolare. Come sapete abbiamo già visto le clip che lo stesso Steve ci ha mandato e adesso ne vedremo delle altre che abbiamo scelto insieme, ma prima di iniziare la conversazione con una domanda molto generica. Lei per le prime volte è stato sul palcoscenico a 10 anni?
No.
That's
Hello? Hi. Now I can hear you, yes. Good. Okay. Thank you. Okay. What did he say? Okay.
Roger. Lei è stato per la prima volta su un palcoscenico con uno show a 10 anni, a partire da quella tradizione di attori americani, un po' come Buster Keaton, che è cresciuta nello show business dalla batteria. Naturalmente come spettatore mi piacerebbe che lei ce ne parlasse, come ricorda questa esperienza da bambino e che maniera naturalmente ha influenzato tutta la sua carriera.
Well, I grew up around show business because my parents are actors, so that was that was just part of my life. You know, my parents would go and they would do plays, they'd do TV shows, and they'd do movies, little parts in movies, and I loved it. So it was always, my sister and I were always around it. My parents would go touring around and do productions of plays, and then my sister and I would get up on the stage after everybody left and act out what our parents had done. So I guess it was sort of just always something that was part of us. And then I saw movies when I was about, you know, when I was 7, 8, 9 years old. I started going to the movies, and I knew very early on I wanted to be a movie director. That was always my dream. But acting, all of it was just part of our life because we lived it.
È un attore che ha una mimica particolare, diciamo, no? Ha anche la sua agilità, è anche uno che sa far ridere nel modo in cui muove e usa la sua apparenza corporea, no? Però allo stesso tempo ha una grande, credo anche passione. Ho l'impressione che trasmetta anche, un po' come succede anche a Clint Eastwood, il piacere di filmare quando fai il regista.
Yes, yes, Clint Eastwood and I are very similar. We get compared all the time. He's done a few more westerns than I have. No, you know, I mean, I always loved, as a kid, I just wanted to be a director, and so the acting part of it was something that I actually came to later. And I never really necessarily wanted to be in comedies. I loved comedies, but I didn't think that I wanted to be in them. I wanted to be a movie director, and I watched, you know, I watched Scorsese movies and Coppola movies, and you know, all of those great '70s movies. For me, you know, the actors like Al Pacino, and all these, you know, these were the people that I idolized. And then as I got older, I started to become more aware of comedy. People like Bill Murray and Steve Martin, and that sort of appealed to me as a teenager. So it was always thinking about kind of wanting to make movies as a director, and then I started to act later, and then the comedy just sort of happened. But it wasn't really that I was trying to do that as an actor. I really always wanted to direct the movies, and for me, you know, that's what I love the most. And you know, someone like Clint Eastwood to me is actually, you know, he's just an amazing talent in that he can keep on going and keep doing it and do so many different genres of films. And, you know, I would hope that I could try to have that kind of career where you just keep on making films, making different kinds of movies that interest you, not necessarily just comedies.
Brillanti eroi che però portato alle estreme conseguenze diventa da drammatico straordinariamente comico.
I guess so. When I look at that, that has nothing to do with Al Pacino. No, I mean, I don't know. I just, I think I always approach when you're doing a comedy, I always approach it just like it's real, and it's not necessarily a comedy or a drama. It's just a real situation. I mean, I was watching that scene there, and it's like, I was like, oh, that's not that funny. I'm like just yelling at that stewardess. It's not really, it's kind of like, it's a little bit edgy. But I think that comes out of the situation in the movie, and I think if the audience is connected to the character, if they care about the character, and they feel like they empathize with you, then you can kind of take them wherever you're going to go, and not worry about trying to make it too funny. Obviously, Zoolander or something like that, it's it's kind of a broader reality, but even in Zoolander, I feel like he's a real person, he's a real character who's, he's not very smart, and he's got a big ego, but, that's like a lot of actors. So it was really just, whatever the reality level is, I think you just have to commit to that, but then really treat the character as if they're a real person, not worry about having to make it funny, but the situation, hopefully make it funny.
C'è un intento satirico, una critica anche del cinema, del mondo della moda e quindi, come ha detto lei, anche del mondo dello spettacolo in generale. È qualcosa che appartiene, l'idea che attraverso il cinema si possa anche, come dire, instillare l'idea che alcuni difetti di quel mondo sono abbastanza ridicoli.
I grew up around show business, so to me that satire of kind of the ridiculousness of show business is something that always makes me laugh. I think that actors are interesting people because we both have big egos, but are also very insecure also. It's a strange thing, you put yourself out there in front of people and sort of, you say you're going to entertain them and have this sort of, idea that you can do something that's going to entertain them, but then also you want that approval too, but at the same time you just kind of want to do your thing and you're doing it because you want to be creative. So the interaction with the audience is a very complicated thing, I think, for a performer, for an actor, because you want to be doing what you do for yourself, but you also need to connect with the audience on a certain level. And I think that world creates a lot of craziness that it's fun to make fun of in movies or in television, and that's what I was always drawn to comedically, were sort of inside show business things, and I probably still am. And sometimes it's something that an audience can relate to, but I don't expect most people to relate to all that inside show business stuff all the time. But
Ben Stiller e il cinema online.
Though sometimes they have bigger budgets, but you're basically able to have creative freedom to put something out there, to make it and put it out directly to the audience, and not have to worry about ratings or box office or how many people. I mean, obviously you get views, you want to get a lot of views for shows that you make, but you could just make them and put them out there and let them find their audience. And I think, 20 years ago, 25 years ago when I was starting out, if that had been what it was like, there's really no excuse to not be doing what you want to do, because now you can have you can make a movie with a phone and you can express yourself and you can go and you can do it and show people what you want to do. And for us it's been exciting because we've been able to find people that we think are talented and give them a chance to do their thing. And usually they're very self-sufficient. They're people who are able to create with very little, and it's just great to be able to support that, and it's been really fun. We have a new show on now called Next Time on Lonnie. That's a takeoff on a show where it's like a reality show about a young guy, but then every time they have the promo at the end of the show for Next Time on the show, it's a whole different show, and it goes into all different genres, and it's a crazy comedy that we just launched, and it's really exciting to be working with young guys who are,
Stiller, lei come ha cominciato con le web series?
Well, I think that first of all, it becomes, people find what they're interested in. So, the programming now has become much more niche, where you can go to something that interests you and it's what you like. And so, you don't have to worry about making a movie that, that everybody in the world is going to go see, and then if they don't go see it on the first weekend, it goes away. And maybe they find it on television or whatever, but on the internet, it's a chance for people to do something very specific, and then people find that, and I think you know, there's ways to find things that are similar to what you like on YouTube or whatever it is, where you can find, oh, if you like this and you might like this. You know, and obviously through social media, people connect with each other about what they think, what they like, and those networks are ways of people finding things. And I think it's just an opportunity for people to be more individual in their expression and be more unique, and not have to worry about any lowest common denominator and reaching a huge audience. And I think in that way, you're able to find creative work that's much more pure and individual.
Ben, com'è nato Zoolander?
Self-ironic. I mean, I'm pretty self-deprecating in life. I mean, Zoolander came out of a short film that we did for the VH1 Fashion Awards a long time ago. They used to have these fashion awards. And a friend of mine who was a writer named Drake Sather, who's a comedian, he said, I want to do a little short film and I want you to be a male model. And I said, that's ridiculous. He said, yeah, that's why I want to do it. And so we came up with this character, and we just sort of invented the character for this little short film. And it was, I think it was like the Derek Zoolander School of Male Modeling or something. And then we did it the next year, and then after that we said, oh, this would be fun to make a movie of. But I think the studio, when we told the studio we wanted to make a movie, they didn't quite understand it. The whole time we were making the movie, they didn't quite get it. They just knew that it could be funny. And so it was a very strange experience, because even when the movie came out, I don't think people quite got it. And it's really been wonderful, and over the years it's had this life. It's sort of grown over the years, and you know, that kind of feeling you don't really get in a movie that often, where a movie has a life, and sort of in the beginning nobody really gets it, and then it catches on. So I'm very grateful for that. And but no, I don't take myself very seriously at all in real life.